So I wanted to talk about how just horrific the matchmaking is. Just actually mind-numbing. So I have gone to Bronze to Celestial on 3 different accounts on 3 different classes. 1 healer, 1 DPS, and 1 tank. The experience has been a little different but about the same in terms of match quality. It is very clear that the matchmaking tries to hold you back and put you in this sort of slow pull towards the rank you're supposed to be at, but ultimately trying to control how much you win and lose to keep you around 50%. And when you get to that rank, it's usually around the end of the season just because it takes that long. For example, I've gone to Celestial 2 times now, and both have been at the end of the season. You'd think, naturally, I would get to Celestial quite fast after hitting it once, because I quite understand how to play at that level. But then Season 2 rolls around, and I get Celestial again at the end. And you can just tell how many forced losses there are when you are even playing at a lower level you're supposed to be at. So obviously I have a little few alts, and so I play maybe a bit later on one, few weeks later. So the ranks have adjusted a little bit by now. So I hop on. At this point, it's like, what, Plat, Diamond? I'm definitely not a Plat, Diamond player. So I'm definitely better than those guys, skill-wise, game sense-wise, whatnot. And yet, many times, I'll go on loss streaks in that rank, despite knowing and doing better than the rank itself. That shouldn't necessarily be happening. You should be shooting up very, very fast to Celestial, past Grandmaster, past Diamond to Celestial, because you reached that rank already and have held it for a little bit. But to no one does that really happen. You never really have an easy grind up. Now, a lot of people equate this to engagement-based matchmaking. They call it engagement-based matchmaking. Some call it skill-based. My personal opinion is that it is engagement-based matchmaking, EOMM, engagement-optimized matchmaking. Either one works, because you will very clearly see the patterns of a loss streak and a win streak. And it kills the fun out of it. It kills the experience. You don't have a good time when you go on these loss streaks that you can do nothing about. And it's quite funny because it's all about engagement, and yet it ruins the engagement. Many people will go off. They will find these ways to play or game the system. They go, okay, well, I'm on a loss streak, so I need to go off. Come back later because I'm in loser's queue, right? That's what a lot of people say. They're in loser's queue when they're on these loss streaks. Sometimes that works, sometimes it doesn't. Apparently it might work against you, apparently it might not. There's a bunch of conflicting information, but one thing's for sure: this matchmaking sucks. Okay, so there has been this a while ago, I believe, sort of email interaction I read up on, where someone was talking to Netease support, I believe it was, and Netease support said that they do not use engagement-based matchmaking. Instead, they use something original. They use something that they made themselves. So you can call it whatever you want, but it doesn't work. And it's very interesting to see Netease's sort of actions and response to this, which is basically radio silence. Which is even stranger. They don't talk about this at all. The only time I have seen them mention this is in that email interaction that apparently really only lasted one response. I tried to find as much information on it as possible. You can look it up. I'm sure like people have talked about it before. It's the Reddit post is probably still there. Maybe it's been debunked. I don't know. But I can tell you that I haven't said anything about their matchmaking, despite many people talking about how it's ruining the game and ruining the fun, and it's making many people leave. I just watched a video of Carcat. You might know him. He's a Black Panther player. He reached Celestial with Black Panther. He's very charismatic, very good person, very good player as well. I'd suggest you go check out his content. He uploaded a video about Black Panther recently, and the first comment and the most liked comment is literally how this game punishes skill expression and how it feels bad to play. The video wasn't even about the matchmaking, but the comments were. That's how big of a topic this is. On the topic of skill expression as well, as it is important to video games, obviously, is that in this game it does not seem to matter if we follow that same thought process from that comment. Apparently, if we are under the assumption that this game uses engagement-based matchmaking, which I am, your skill and your time and effort don't seem to matter much in this game. It doesn't seem to have any real effect to help you win or to help you lose. All that really matters is that you're playing the game. The game itself will feed you these free wins. It will feed you these pity wins, and will feed you these forced losses as well. All it wants is you in that cycle. All it needs is you in that cycle. There's a few other things like, buying skins, and it wants you to see this cool thing, it wants you to see this cool thing so you can have it and want it. All for engagement, though. That's the final boss, is that Netease has created here, is engagement. Because it doesn't really matter how much work you put in as long as you're playing. Another thing I want to bring up is the win rates you will see. Even people in top 500, for example, I have seen online this person played Penny until Eternity, or top 500, I believe it was. I looked at their win rate because it was right there in the picture. They had a 48% win rate, and they were in at least Eternity, one of the highest ranks you can get, with a 48% win rate. Even the rank 1 on console right now only has about 100 or so games won or played. They haven't played that many games in Season 2, but they were rank 1. So everything is kind of just very weird and very rigged, it would seem. Nothing really makes sense when it comes to the matchmaking. But going back to the core point, how it has ruined this game is that it's not fun. No one's having fun whether you're in competitive or quick play. Quick play has its own issues where it has bots. It also has forced wins and forced losses. But even more importantly is the competitiveness of this game. And I'm not going to take the argument of this game isn't competitive. They have a $3 million tournament going on right now. That is extremely competitive, okay? Plain and simple. There's no getting around that. This game is competitive. If you're going to put that prize pool and the prize pools of the other tourneys that have already happened, you're competitive, okay? Netease is just bipolar or lying if they say it's not, or they say they don't want it to be. So clearly, if you want it to be competitive, then you want the competitive integrity to matter. You want this game mode that these people are playing right now to have true integrity, so that skill expression matters, so that you can have real fun and engagement in it. But it's not there. It's not there at all. No one can find it. No matter how many games you play, no matter who you play with, no matter who plays it, streamers, voice actors who have been involved in the game, just high-level players, no one can seem to find it. Every game you'll see these loss streaks that make no sense. Or getting these players in your game that shouldn't be there at all. A lot of people will make the argument or the defense that it is a new game from Netease, that they're experimenting with a lot of things. Well, I tell you this, it has been 2.5 seasons now. We're almost on season 3, working our way there. Why have we not experimented with a different type of matchmaking? This was the perfect time to experiment with a different type of matchmaking. Just, let's say, for example, it is engagement-based matchmaking, hypothetically, right? Because we don't have any facts, right? It's just opinions and evidence of how the game works at this point, you know, if we're being completely real. So, let's say hypothetically it is engagement-based matchmaking. People hate this. People have talked about how they hate this. People have left the game over how they hate this. So, why will you not try Netease? Why will they not try just putting in skill-based? Why don't we just change it? Instead of whatever quote-unquote original matchmaking they have put into it, why do they not just try a different one? Because their player base has dropped drastically. And now you will see a natural fall off in player base between what they had. However, it has just kept going down. It is on a steady decline. You have had the healthy drop off of players after the big blow up. The honeymoon phase is over, and things keep falling. If you want to put on a $3 million tournament, why would you not keep this game going? Why would you not fix the problems it has? If you want to experiment, why do you not truly experiment with the real problems, with the real issues? To me, it's a simple solution. Change things around. This is the moment to change things around. And yet, in this entire time, Netease has said nothing about this. People keep quitting. People keep hating on it. People are not having fun. You look at this scoreboard, I don't think they had fun. I don't think they enjoyed this game. Let me know. Have you quit this game because of matchmaking? Have you stopped playing, taken a break because of this matchmaking? Personally, I believe I'm going to take a break right now. I don't think I can go on to competitive. I don't think I can do it. The forced losses have drained me too much, and I've had my fill of the whole rigged system. I'm quite over it.